You've intuitively, yeah, hit the nail on the head there with regard to you don't just sit down and start writing a story. Usually you come on after the train has already left the station as a writer. So in other words, the team has an idea for a world. They have an idea for a setup. They have an idea for the most importantly, the mechanics of the game, the things you'll be doing, the things you can do, the things the game will allow you to do as a player. And those are the mechanics. And so there's usually a context and a concept. And they may even have figured out the story on their own, or at least a story. And then often someone like me comes in and they're like, can you help us make this good? And it's not always. Sometimes we're involved early on, but it almost never starts with, we're going to make a story. This is what a lot of writers who I know from other media who are like, hey, I want to be a game writer. What should I do? I've got an idea for a great game story. Who do I bring it to? And that's not how it works. It is how it works in novels and other movies and any other media where the story comes first and everything serves that story. That's not the case in games most of the time, almost all the time. So the way it works is you come in and try to enhance and contextualize what the team probably already has worked out the basics of. And you're going to be going with the mechanics. So in other words, you'll figure out, well, what can the player do? That's the first questions. One of the first questions I ask is, what can the player do? Because we'll build the story around that activity, as opposed to, I'm going to write a story and now make a game around that story, which we've seen games like that. They're called the old movie games. Maybe you've played a few of those,
Right.
where the story was dictated before the gameplay, and the team has to figure out, okay, how do I turn this story into compelling gameplay?